the Lagos Central Mosque Ramadan Tafsir. Today, we are still on the chapter that we have been explaining in the last few days. That is chapter 30 of the Holy Quran. Yesterday, we were able to explain to the best of our ability verse 22. Bi-Iznillah, we shall be moving to verse 23 today. Don't forget that the topic of discussion in the last 3 days is Allah enumerating to us His various signs depicting the oneness of Allah, depicting the supremacy of Allah, depicting the fact that no one is worthy of being praised or being worshipped except Him alone. Because all these that He is pointing out to us can never be brought to existence by any other being except Him alone. Remember that Allah started by telling us how He created us from clay soil. From there, He brought forth the wife of our forefather. From there, 2 different waters come together to bring forth the siblings, of which kind you and I fall into. Now He goes further by telling us that what He has done to us are forms of signs. By creating you the way He created you is a sign, it's a great sign from Allah. He goes further by telling you that even after creating you, He did not just leave you alone. He separated you, He differentiated you with so many things, like your geographical location. He differentiated you by your languages. He differentiated you by your complexions. He differentiated you by several other things that He made to be part of you. Like I said yesterday, we can look alike. If you go to China, for instance, you as an African, when you get to China, you see the Chinese as being, having too much resemblance of one another. You may not be able to differentiate between them. Just like when we go to Saudi Arabia, the Saudis used to tell us that we look alike. So also in our own eyes too, they look alike. But Allah says, you may look alike, but every person in this world, as much as we are running to several billions now of number. There are 2 things, two particular things in our body that are not look alike, that are not, one is not like the other. Your thumb print, the design on your thumb, and the design on your tongue. There is none that shall look like any other person in the world, in the whole world. So that Allah says that is the form of sign, corroborating my claim that I am the only one who give it and who take it. Now today, Allah is going to verse 23, where Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah says the creation of the heavens and the earth that we mentioned yesterday, وَاخْتِلَافِ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ, and the differences in your languages and in your complexions are great signs for those among you who can reflect. Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ مَنَامُكُمْ فِي اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ, the sleep that you enjoy in the night and sometime in the afternoon. مِنْ آيَاتِهِ, it is among the signs of Allah. Who amongst you can explain how it happens? The signs in the cycle of sleep that Allah has created for us during the night and during the day. You see, some of us will go and have naps, in the day, during the day. In fact, Islamically, it is enjoined that we have what is known as Kailula, Because Allah has created our body in such a way that your body will be needing rest for few minutes or few hours of the day. So Allah, in His infinite mercies, now created for us the best way that your body can receive or can enjoy that relaxation that it needs. The only way your body can relax is when you are asleep. Even scientists, they try to research into it. No one can explain how the sleep actually comes or what brings about it. They just know. Even in most of the drugs that they invented, they use to invent drugs that will give you, an opportunity of getting drowsed, so that it is during your sleep that you will gain your consciousness, you will gain your power, you will gain even fertility at times. For barren women who struggling to get pregnant, they will tell her to relax the more. She should sleep very well, because this is from sleep that so many good things of life come to you. So no one can explain how it comes about. So that is why Allah is pointing out to it that manamukum fil layli wan nahar, your sleep at night and during the day. Nobody can explain about it, because after your body has experienced tiredness and exhaustion, your strength will go away. But by the time you have much time to sleep, you will regain the strength from that sleep. Nobody can explain how it comes about. And Allah says, وَابْتِغَاءُكُمْ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ, apart from you sleeping at night and sleeping during the day, then it made it possible for you to search on the surface of the earth, looking for Allah's bounty. I mean, sojourning. You know the way you sojourn on the earth? Looking for Allah's bounty. How will you get Allah's bounty? Where does that bounty lies? Where does it lie? Where do you find it? Is it by you going to school and having formal education, or having informal education, or engaging in trading, or engaging in one vocational whatever or the other? It is by Allah's mercies, by Allah's grace. We have professors there, out there. We have people of high, intellectualism. Yet, they couldn't get the bounty of Allah. They will have to be employed by somebody who doesn't even know anything. So it is out of the mercies of Allah that Allah gives you the opportunity of looking for His bounties on the surface of this earth. This is the opposite of sleep. Can you see? That for you to sleep, you will gain your strength. But the opposite of sleep is for you to move and stand up. Come, rise up and move around. Siru fil ardi. We were taught that you should not be lazy, because there's no food for a lazy man. You don't have to be lazy. So by you not being lazy is for you to go out, look for something to do, either going to school or going to learn Arabic studies and Arabic and Islamic studies, or going to learn one vocation, or going to learn trading. You must find something doing, so that you also can reap from the bounty of Allah that Allah has made easy for us. Allah says, Inna fi zalika la ayatin liqaumin yasma'un. Verily, in that I have mentioned are indeed signs for a people who listen. Now, when Allah says people will listen, not just listening, people will listen, digest, think, remember Allah, and look for a way forward in maintaining their closeness to Allah. From there, they come close to Allah. They gain their spirituality with Allah. That is why Allah pointed out that alladina yakrauna kitab Allah wa aqamu as-salata wa anfaqu mimma razaqnahum sirran wa alaniya يَرِجُونَ تِجَارَةً لَن تَبُورَ. Because of what they have read in the holy books, they were able to think, they were able to ponder upon it. Oh, it is actually true that Allah created this, He created that. Allah challenged us. That's why He says, there is none worthy of being worshipped or being praised except Him alone. Or if you have any other gods somewhere else who has provided for you the kind of sky, the kind of heaven that I have provided, the kind of the land that I have provided, the kind of the air, the breeze that I have provided, the kind of water that I have provided that comes from the sky, move into the soil and brings forth for you all sort of foods, cash crop, food crop, and so on and so on and so forth. If you have any other God that has been doing such for you, then you can have such a God as my own partner. But if you have none, then there's no justification for you to associate anyone with Allah. So when Allah says there are signs for you in the heaven, not just by you looking up and seeing the sky, no. So many things have been created to be in the heaven. Now Allah goes further. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ يُرِيكُمُ الْبَرْقَ خَوْفًا وَطَمَعًا. It is out of His signs that He brings forth for you lightning. You understand lightning? That lightning that comes before the thunderbolts. That again come before what? Comes before the rain. You know, something precedes another thing, which precedes another thing. The lightning precedes thunderbolts, while thunderbolt itself precedes rain. Can you see how Allah has arranged everything? So Allah says, in this, there are signs for people who can reflect. And this lightning that Allah is talking about, it says, khawfan wa tama'an. It serves as a source of fear to some people who know what Allah can come forth with the lightning. Then at the same time, it serves as hopeful. That, you know, hopefulness for them. That, oh, when lightning comes, what follows is actually rain that will give us food, that makes our farmers to be able to farm very well and reap, you know, and have good harvest, so that we can have sufficient food. So Allah, you know, intertwines the two to be in just one thing. When you see the lightning, it's either it comes for something, you know, catastrophic, or something good that will bring forth food for you. So that is why Allah says, لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. Allah says it's not just that. By the lightning, you see, there is something we need to understand. When Allah mentions it, Allah does not mention anything as an example for fun or for the mere mentioning of it. The lightning that I just explained now, it is scientists or building construction experts that can understand it better. Because that lightning, when it strikes like that, it sends forth a particular charge. So that is why those builders, you know, scientists, they designed a kind of metal that have that pointed, you know, top. The edge will be pointed. No matter how high that building may be, they don't toy with it. They will attach that pointed metal. No matter how high, be it 100-story building, from that topmost roof of that building, they will lay that metal, you know, just by the side of the building to go into the earth crust. So that when the charge comes out from the lightning, they call that particular metal lightning conductor. It is that metal that will receive the charge. And instead of the charge to, you know, cause destruction to the building, it is the lightning conductor that will attract the charge and send it down to the earth. Somebody say Allahu Akbar. It is because of the researches of the scientists that they were able to achieve this. So if not the scientists, do you know what comes out of lightning? Not talk of the thunderbolts. You know what thunderbolts can do. We all know about it very well. Even though we ascribed it to something else, but Allah says no. I am the sender of thunderbolts, not any form of goddess or goddesses. Don't ascribe anybody to that. It is me. Ilahukum ilahun wa'idun la ilaha illa huwa ar-rahmanur rahim. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah says these are mentioned are among the signs of Allah. Liqawmin ya'qilun, to those people who have something here, who have something up there, who can reflect, who have their brain working. I pray that Allah make us one of those who can reflect very well, to the best of our understanding, the words of Allah, so that we can follow the injunctions of Allah as regards is the act of worshiping Him, an act of praising Him, an act of glorifying His names. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من مشارق الأرض ومغاربها أستغفر الله إن الله غفور رحيم. اللهم يا ولي الوباء ويا دافع البلاء ويا كاشف البلاء اصرف عنا الوباء بجاه سيد الورى. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على الرسول الكريم.